Hot takes, great debates, highlights, basketball. I want to salute to Stephen A. Smith. I know we just got that new deal over at ESPN. If you don't know a lot about me, I am Taliaferro. I did used to intern at ESPN. During my last year of college, I pretty much took it off, and I interned at ESPN. And I asked the producer, could I work on First Take specifically? So when I wasn't doing my job, which was to make highlights for SportsCenter in Bristol, I interned at ESPN. And this is Skip Bayless's last year. This was Stephen A's. Yeah, so this is, yes, Stephen A. and Skip were still together at the time when I interned on First Take, and I interned with Jamel and Michael as well on His and Hers at the time before they did the SportsCenter thing. So I got to do breakfast with Stephen A. I used to talk to Stephen A. occasionally. He didn't know my name. He used to call me Antonio. That's a fun fact. Stephen A. never could get my name down. My name's Alfred. My first name's Alfred. He could never remember my first name, so he used to call me Antonio. But it's Stephen A. Smith. He kind of runs the place at ESPN. If he calls me Antonio, fine. My name was Antonio. It is what it is. Y'all got to give my uncle Stephen A. Smith, and I don't have any relationship with Stephen A. Smith as of today. I don't talk to him. I ain't gonna lie. But y'all got to give Uncle Stephen A. Smith the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes he says stuff that makes absolutely no sense. Ever since Stephen A. has left the reporter land, which he was a great NBA reporter, by the way. Not a good. He was a great. I know Woj is fantastic, and Woj breaks a lot of stories. But before there was a Woj, I know y'all know him as a personality on First Take Today and on a lot of ESPN's programming. Before there was a Woj, Stephen A. was gaining a lot of trust of players like Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson, even Kobe, Shaq as well. They gave their inside news to Stephen A. before anyone else. Let's put some respect on Stephen A. the reporter. Now, with that being said, the media personality Stephen A. says some outlandish stuff from time to time. He tweeted out the other day about Giannis Antetokounmpo. We'll get into Giannis in a second. Let's see what Stephen A. tweeted about the Greek Freak. He said, could you imagine somebody like Giannis surrounded by Steph Curry and Klay Thompson? Golden State would be back in the championship for the next 3 to 5 years. So what Stephen A. Smith said, pretty much teasing the possibilities of Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks, the MVP of this league, averaging 30 a game, joining the Golden State Warriors. As of right now, they are the second to worst team in the NBA. I want to say this. That's not an outlandish take in regards to it could happen, right? That actually could happen. But I think it's ridiculous for Stephen A. Smith to say, I'll break this down in totality. Giannis Antetokounmpo has this year left with the Warriors, and then he's got next year with the with the Bucks, right? And so he's got this year and then the following year. So 2 more playoff runs for Giannis and the Bucks. He's eligible for a 5-year, $253 million extension after 2021. So the brother's he's about to get paid. $250 million right in that contract right there for the Greek Freak. He's about to get paid. Obviously, he's going to get every cent. He could get that with the Bucks. Obviously, a little less if he opts to go with another team. But money won't be an issue for him. The question mark is, has the Bucks done enough to keep their guy? Giannis has admitted in the past that he would like to spend the duration of his career in Milwaukee. But we've seen guys like LeBron come out and say that in the past. But because Giannis is now in winning MVPs and his team's going to be number 1 in Eastern Conference for the next 2 years, he's about to get into that area that LeBron was in first go around in Cleveland. He's great. Number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, but keeps getting bounced in the playoffs. Now, I do believe the Bucks should get to the finals this year. Unlike what LeBron had to deal with in Cleveland, again, first time around, which you had Boston getting together, that big 3. LeBron had finally got past that Detroit big 4, right? But then you had, as soon as the big 4 left, then you had to deal with that Boston big 3. I don't see any contenders like that in the East. I don't believe in Philadelphia. I still got major concerns in Joel Embiid's health, and Ben Simmons can't make a jumper. I believe Milwaukee should get past Philadelphia this year. Boston's young, a lot of talent, but they're young. I actually really like Toronto, and I believe Toronto could give Milwaukee fits. But if the Bucks got the best player on the court in Giannis, There is no Kawhi to defend Giannis this year. Giannis should be able to take care of business of Toronto in 6 games. So I think the Bucks can make it to the finals, but I don't believe they have enough to beat the Clippers or the Lakers, whoever comes out of the West. So let's get back to what Stephen A said. He would like to see Giannis on the Warriors. Like I said, I think it could happen because I'll get into how it could happen at the end of this video. Let's just say this. I don't think it's an outlandish thing to say, but I think it's outlandish for Stephen A. Because Stephen A was the same guy, and I did it too, the same guy who killed Kevin Durant for joining the Warriors. I'm guessing Stephen A's logic behind this is Giannis can join Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green because Giannis didn't lose to the Warriors. He wouldn't have lost to the Warriors before he joined the team unless the Warriors and the Bucks meet in the finals in 2021. Right? So I guess that's his logic behind it, because KD did lose to the Warriors after they were up 3-1. You know the story, in the Western Conference Finals. And then he went and joined them after they lost to the Cavs in 7. So I'm guessing Stephen A's logic is you can't join a team that you lost to. To me, that's ridiculous. Giannis is the MVP of this league. I'm not saying Giannis can't leave the Bucks. He can go wherever the hell he wants except Golden State. Something's got to make sense here, right? Somebody's getting disrespected to me. Either you're disrespecting Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond, Steve Kerr, or Giannis. Why do you believe Giannis needs to join that? A team that, made the finals 5 years in a row? Why do you believe Giannis needs to join that? I don't get that. If Giannis thinks he's a generational player, this dude's the best in the game, he don't need to join that. When people were throwing the rumors out there with LeBron joining the Warriors, I thought that was ridiculous. Why does he need to join that? Let's remember, when LeBron joined D-Wade, and then Chris Bosh came as well. Yo, newsflash, D-Wade couldn't stay healthy, and the Heat were not good. The Warriors are great. I don't understand Stephen A's take on that. How he would be cool if Giannis joined the Warriors. We lose another great team in the East. So another great talent would go to the Western Conference. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. It would make for a great Western Conference playoffs, but that's ridiculous. Now, in regards to this happening, for those who just basketball people out there, they want to know how this could happen. It could happen this summer. I wouldn't bet on it. I believe Anthony Davis is actually going to end up being a Warrior. That's my hot take. But it could happen this summer. Let's say the Bucks get bounced in the first or second round of the playoffs. Again, unlikely, but we've seen crazier things happen. Let's say Giannis is no longer making that jumper. Chris Middleton went down with an injury. That Bucks team seems to have great chemistry, but let's say Giannis gets pissed off. The Bucks get eliminated. First round, second round, they quit. Giannis could want out and not want to play that last year out of his deal. If you're the Bucks, what would you do at that point? You got it. If Giannis saying he's unhappy and he's telling you, just kind of like what Anthony Davis did, yo, in 1 year's time, I'm leaving Milwaukee. Now, that's not Giannis' personality, but it wasn't LeBron's personality at the beginning either. It wasn't Anthony Davis' personality at the beginning when he started his career either. So I'm just saying that pressure to win, it can get to you. Let's just say Giannis tells the Bucks, in 1 year, when I'm a free agent after the season, in summer 2021, I'm leaving. If you're the Bucks, what do? You could keep Giannis and try to convince him to stay. Or you could get D'Angelo Russell and the #1 overall pick, potentially, from the Warriors this summer. That could potentially be James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards. Maybe you feeling LaMelo Ball. I'm just saying, that's what's out there for the Bucks this summer. The Warriors will they'll give up D'Angelo Russell, who's an all-star in this league, and he can score, and then the #1 pick. So you be starting over again. I'm just throwing it out there. That could happen if Giannis and Steph agree to play together. I don't want to see it, but I'm not ruling it out. But I think Stephen A is crazy for predicting that or wanting that the way he killed KD. He called it the weakest move in NBA history when KD joined the Warriors. And I don't think we could just put all that on KD losing to the Warriors, then join him. Some of that's got to be, if you think it's the weakest move in NBA history, some of that's got to be because KD's great enough to get it done without joining an MVP and Steph. That's just my opinion. You into sports, we got you. NFL news, I got you. NBA news, NBA highlights, NBA full coverage, feature stories, all that great stuff, I got you. We even got a little bit of Madden and 2K mixed in. Subscribe to this platform, and I got you. More quality content on the way. Subscribe.